Peace, y'all. Welcome to another installment of YouTHNK podcast. I am your host, Mr. Hughes. I am joined by a familiar face. Some of you know as soon as you see him who he is. Those of you who don't, I'm going to give him the opportunity to introduce himself. But we are here for an impromptu but a very special occasion. And with that, beloved, thank you.
I am.
Thank you for meeting with me again. How are
Um,
you?
uh, Life is amazing despite the obstacles. As you all know, I'm a big fella, aka Pop. Executive Director 211 Community Impact, superhero at night. You know, just gap filler during the day. Just out here trying to play my part. Today is election day, Essex County election. I'm just here to play my part, bro.
Now, when you say here to play your part, man, what does that mean, bro?
Um, just to be part of a district leader, a committee member, to be in the mix of what part I can play to help my community from the county's perspective.
Right.
I do my part from the city perspective. Of course, I work alongside Councilman Kelly, who is the founder of 211 Community Impact. So
Shout out
um,
Councilman Kelly.
I work with various organizations. I'm just trying to figure out how much more I could be of assistance
Right.
to be a gap filler to my community.
What is the importance of being a gap filler? Because I'm not certain that people know what or, yeah, exactly what role that plays.
Um, Gap fillers are normally the you have the whole, right? You have, say for instance, an organization you may go to, which is family services or this or that, right? And then there may be other needs that can't be met by them, so you try to fill those gaps. Like, say for instance, you may have a student who are getting services from someplace. They might need a bus card, they might need to do laundry, they may need to have certain hygiene items or things of that nature. That's what I do. I try to play the gap filler in specific areas to make sure, because we understand that the especially the young men and women in our city, they have specific needs, and you want to make sure those needs are met, so they can have access to the quality of life and education they deserve.
Right. Let me ask you a question, man. While you do all that you do,
Hmm.
how are you in the process, man? I don't know if anybody asks you that or if that's ever a concern. I won't take that from anybody, but I personally have never asked, like, how are you doing during this, during you helping everybody else and maintaining in the process?
Um, I have a great support system. One thing I don't have that other people may have issues with is when they say to move, there's nobody around. I've never experienced that, right? I have people I can pick up the phone. I have people that check up on me. I was sick recently, and everybody was like, "What do you need? Where do you need me to do? What do you need me to send?" Um, and that part, I'm loved. Like, it's reciprocated. I live in a space where I got a bunch of best friends where I feel like that part. You feel what I'm saying? I'm thankful. I'm grateful because, like, even my daughter's graduation, of course, her mom is not around or whatever. And so that part was very heavy on me because, of course, it's a girl on girl thing and all of these different things. And I made phone calls, and all of these women within my orbit showed up. You know what I mean? From getting her hair and her nails done and getting her face beat to even adjusting her dress, and all of these people that played this part. Um, I'm forever grateful. One thing I can say is there's not I don't miss anything. You know what I mean? I feel like you know the world provide provisions for me.
That's amazing. If you can say anything right now, if you were standing on the top of a mountain right now, you had every young person just looking at you like, yo, what the F is he doing right now? What would you say, like, right now to them? not from a preaching standpoint, but something that you would have wanted someone to say to you that might have made you turn that light on? I'm sorry if that's too deep. Is that too
Nah,
deep for the intro? My
nah,
bad.
nah. Um, try to avoid the dangers, but accept the growing pains. We oftentimes have confused the importance of growing pains, and everyone is accepting the dangers, right? And it should be opposite, right? Try to avoid the dangers, but accept the growing pains, because that's where all the information is at, right? The pains of growing, right? The things you go through, that's where all the information is at. Can't avoid it, right? Try not to avoid it, right? Look forward to it. You can't avoid the broken heart. You can't avoid the missteps, right? You can't avoid those things. Just try to accept it and experience and understand that, every teachable moment, in every situation there's a teachable moment. You just have to figure out the lesson.
That's fire, bro. Yo, that's so fire. How are we dealing with disappointment?
Respect it. Gotta respect disappointment. Two, don't put no one in a situation, if you know your people, to set you up for disappointment. Don't set yourself up for disappointment, right? At the end of the day, it's, if you know a friend is not financially capable, why would you call them and ask to borrow money, right?
That's right.
If it's the friend that's always busy, why would you call them to ask them to move, right? Sometimes we have to know the people around us so we don't let ourselves down.
That's a fact. My mother-in-law told me that disappointments sometimes happen for good reason. And once she told me that, it kind of put me in a different space, because I used to be the type that I thought that I could dictate my future, bro. Like, I thought, like, if I prepared enough, I was gonna get that job, or like, if I broke my back when it was time for that promotion, that they was gonna consider me. And then when they didn't consider me, I was just like. And now that I think about it, or now that I think about when she said it to me, and I think about the space that I'm in now versus where I probably would have been if I would have taken said job, or I would have moved to said state, I might have been miserable, bro. I might have been miserable. And I sometimes kick myself for learning so many of these lessons at a grown-ass age. But I'm thankful to be learning them than to not have that in my repertoire at this point. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it's cool, but it's all right though. Yeah, here's the thing. It's all part of it, right? At the end of the day, we all walking each other home, right?
Right.
So the lessons along the way, if you looking at it, right? We all writing our own script, our own Bible, right? When you look at that, right, you're going to go through the wars, the torment. You're going to have your opportunity to meet Judas, right? You're going to go through all of these different things along the way. Your responsibility is just to be able to understand your response, right? We believe that nothing is supposed to happen for us, right? We believe that nothing is supposed to happen to us. No, everything is supposed to happen. Everything. You just got to accept it, right? And then you got to find what your answers are.
Right.
I like being outside in the city of Newark. This is amazing. Great backdrop. People walking by, moseying through life. I love it.
The birds going crazy.
Yeah.
They've been going crazy for the past, I don't know how long, since I got out here and started setting up, bro. So I'm in a weird space right now because I've been thinking about moving. Yeah, I think about where I would possibly move to, and I'm effectively narrowing my choices down to red states. And even though I live in the blue state, it's not necessarily the most ideal. But New Jersey has a beautiful backdrop, bro. And I don't think enough of us explore that shit, bro. Like, when you're driving up the turnpike is when you really see it, or when you're driving up the parkway in certain areas, or when the turnpike turns into the parkway, like that little transit, bro, it's so lush. so much foliage, bro. It's so many animals that live here, bro. And like, I don't think enough of us appreciate this shit. I know I don't.
Create the life you never have to vacation from. Um, no matter where you go, it's your responsibility to create the experiences where you are. Pitch your bucket, right? Build your foundation. You can always create the experiences that meet those needs, right? So if you want to go hunting, where do you go, right? It's not about vacationing. It's about how do you create the experiences, about the changing part of your life, right? Because at one point, you would create a way to find the best clubs, right? So why not create a way to be able to experience those things that meet the needs at this age, right? You don't have to move for that. You just have to do what you do. You just got to find those positions and those things that you want to explore, and then figure out how to explore them on your time,
That's right.
right? Atlanta is great to visit, right? But if I'm going to Atlanta, what am I going to Atlanta for? What am I going to experience, right? We create the experiences, and it is what it is, right? So that's
No,
that.
that's real. That's real.
She don't see them cameras. Oh, okay.
Nah, she do.
Okay.
She do.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's just a part of it.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. What are we watching?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you watching recently? So, I personally, my wife laugh at me because I watch shit that I've seen 100 times. Right now, I'm watching Miami Vice, the old Miami Vice series from the
Yeah.
'70s.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really enjoy like a lot of the new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I watched The Boys, but it was a lot. So that's what I'm asking. What are you watching? If you're
Um,
watching anything at all?
and you know why you watch the old stuff? It protects your anxiety, because you already
Mm.
know what's gonna happen.
Mm.
People don't realize that. A lot of times when you doing things that watching old movies that's you protecting your anxiety.
Damn.
Yeah, I got that's a habit. Like, you know that about people, right? Because what happens is, when that's a form of the anxiety side of you, where it comes with control, right? Is
Damn.
because if it's a new movie, you can't control the outcome because you don't know it. But guess what? You can kind of like fast forward to the good part, because you already know that the good guy is going to win or the bad guy is going to lose. So you still can control a part of it.
I root for the bad guys sometimes. Like a lot of. Damn, I gotta cut
I'm,
that
I'm,
out.
yo, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something crazy. Is we live in both realms,
Right.
right? We live in the good side of it. We live in the bad side of it. We live in the mundane. We live in ratchet TV world, right? We all have these phases of these things that we do to meet our own needs, right? Even when it comes to parenting, right? We do certain things. We'll let our kids, you know what I mean, eat a Snicker bar early in the morning, right? Or we'll let them, eat something that they shouldn't be eating, or having something when they shouldn't have. Um, and I contributed to, um, it doesn't make you a bad parent. It doesn't make you anything. It's just telling you that you need to address something, right? Which is, you have to address loving the miserable child in you, right? Because for most of us, the miserable child in us is this: we learn how to give our kids a love that we never experienced, right? That's the greatest part about love. We're able to give our kids an experience that we never experienced, right? So when our kids feel ungrateful, or they feel like they're whining too much, the miserable child in us that was never loved or given this environment that your kids have, that shows more so than you as the parent, right? So a lot of the things that happen to you, you can change if you go back. As men, we do it oftentimes, right? Like me, The child that I was so busy trying to get to the street, I now deal with Legos. I now collect toys. The life that I should have indulged in, I was too busy trying to run outside. So now it's coming back. You collect trinkets and toys and old sneakers. That's a part of addressing that miserable child in you. That's why you can love your kids a different way. Most people don't address the miserable child in them. And that's why when parents be like, you ungrateful and you can't, whatever, it's not the parent. It's them not understanding how their kids can't love this environment that we created for them because that inner child never got to experience that.
Bro, you so raw, bro. If nobody tell you enough, I'm gonna make sure that I tell you every chance that I get, man. Like, the information that you possess is just,
But that's what,
I think that's a lot of us though too. We got a lot. I know a lot of people that got a lot of knowledge.
but I contribute that also to relationships,
Right.
right? You know how hard it is to be a good father or a good mother or a good significant other when you still trying to be somebody's child,
Correct. Correct.
right? You still trying to be somebody's daughter. You still trying to be the princess, right? You still trying to be the prince of the house, right? You still want you and your dad to wear matching sneakers,
Tupac
right?
said, "Mama just a little girl."
Right. So what happens is all of that is on the front side of you, right? And we sometimes don't address those needs in us, and that's what we present to the world, right? And it's not fair to force others to walk on eggshells or to tiptoe around the triggers and traumas that we don't address,
Correct.
right?
Correct. It's not fair at all.
Right. And but that's a part of it, and I think it's a it's a good part to deal with on men's mental health, right? It's a part of that.
People often ask me when they see me with my drone, or they see me with the cameras, or they see me with whatever, and they're like, "Oh, you capturing you capturing content? You're a content creator." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." They don't know that I'm just doing this for my mental health, bro. Like, I'm playing with my gadgets because that's what I like to do. It's just in the process, I'm helping other people get their shit out too, man. And when they ask me about the podcast and I tell them that it's about wellness, specifically men's wellness and whatever that looks like, they look at me like they don't know what I'm saying to them, bro. And I'm just like, it seems like you only understand us when we are angry or crashing out or being unsavory, for lack of better terms. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to be emotionally intelligent, not being able to process our feelings and emotion. Like, it's okay to break something, but break something of yours. Don't break nobody else's shit.
Right.
Don't break something that you can't repair. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part of it. Like, people just always told me when I was younger, don't be mad. And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm a young male who doesn't know how to articulate his feelings. And I'm a Taurus on top of that. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve, bro. I don't know. It
I think too, relationships matter.
right.
How you get into relationships, what you looking for in relationships, what part of you need to be dealt with prior to relationships, what part of healing is necessary. Even in dating, right? Dating over 40, you understand different things, right? And that's a part of it. When we look at these things, we looking for temporary, right? Being over 40 and dating, I realize that there's something way more important than love and care, consideration. Do you consider me in your thought process, right? Do you consider me? Because if you consider me in the way I feel about certain things, guess what? Nothing else come into question. Loyalty, respect, honor, nothing else. if you operate in the world of consideration,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
And the other part is, truth being told, I learned around being around a bunch of women that um, a woman gotta, a woman has to be my best friend. You know why a woman gotta be my best friend?
I was just gonna ask you to elaborate, but go ahead.
Because women are taught what to expect from a man. A man is taught what to provide for a woman, right? A woman knowing what to expect but not knowing what to provide, it causes chaos, right?
Right.
But guess what? A, a woman is taught how to treat her cousins and her brothers. She taught how to treat males in her family all the way, how to show up for them, how to be there for them, how to protect them, and the whole nine. So if a woman is my best friend, she'll consider me all the way through. We can grow into the love part,
Right.
right? What happens is the best friend side of it is gone because it becomes a protective mechanism. She needs to protect her feeling. She needs to protect her investment. She needs to protect these things. So the best friend side of it is out the window. So now she's going into what? Significant other mode. So
Right.
now she only know what to expect from you, right? Women best friends. I have a woman best friend, and they treat me well, but I watch how they do men,
That's funny.
and it doesn't correlate.
Right.
You come over here super soft. You say, hey, that's my bro. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. I'm cooking, bowl set up. I ain't even gotta ask food. And it's F that dude. And I'm like, no.
Right.
I need you to be
Right.
his friend.
Right. Right. Right.
Because if he becomes your best friend, the care and custody changes completely.
Yeah. Yeah, I will agree with that. And a lot of people don't understand the importance of having a friend in your partner.
Yeah.
It's often something that gets lost in translation. And I've fallen victim to that shit too, man. At one time or another, being more focused on what looked good versus what is good for me. What was going to nurture my soul versus what was going to feed my sexual desire. And in the long run, it wasn't even really feeding it.
Neither one of them is wrong. Because at some point, right, your ability to be able to know, I don't know what I want, but I can tell you all the things I don't want.
Correct.
Right? So it narrows it down. And your ability to be able to experience the things that you need to experience. So when you run into the person that you're trying to take to the door, that person that you're trying to become Mrs., right? Or you're looking at long term, your ability to be promiscuous or want to be able to deal with those wants or those fantasies does not become a part of your relationship, right? Because when you think about it, it's like, okay, if I didn't go through my whole phase before you, I'm gonna go through it when I'm with you. Why? Because the universe will present everything you want, right? You ever go looking for a car and you can't never find a car, and the minute you get a car, you see a bunch of cars for sale?
Or you see the same car that you just bought,
Right.
everybody got it,
Right.
like a new one, and I'm just like.
Same concept.
So speaking of promiscuity, I seen a post, and I'm not gonna mention bro's name because I don't subscribe to that shit. But basically, he is a celebrity athlete, and bro basically said that if you hanging around me and you don't cheat on your girl, I'm blocking you and I'm not like hanging around you no more because that means I can't trust you. And I'm like, how the fuck does that? Excuse me. How does that even correlate?
You said it right. How the fuck?
Yeah, I don't understand how that shit even correlates, bro.
Here's the issue, right? For athletes, most of them pay to play at some point, right? So it's not about loyalty, right? Most relationships that you see at higher level where money is at the forefront, the relationship is transactional. It's transactional. So for them, right, I bought the Bentley. I paid for these things. I've paid for my ability to do X, Y, and Z, right, without fear of consequence, right? That's why there's 4 or 5 women put up in the same households. That's why, in these different hotels or whatever, right? Because they're paying for a lifestyle. The lifestyle doesn't come with loyalty, right? So to be a man that's looking for loyalty, you got to understand your environment too, right? If I'm loyal, I ain't got no business over here. Because why? This is detrimental to my relationship.
That's
It's
right.
detrimental to me.
That's right.
You feel me? Hey, listen, bro, I'm going home. Goodbye. Peace. Because here's what I understand. The thing that makes me happy isn't here. I'm going where my happiness is. Because here's my thought. Again, I'm going to ask myself, is this going to put me in a position of hurt, harm, or danger? Do I value what I have? And if this is going to put me in a position of hurt, harm, or danger, I'm not messing with this environment. Ain't that what we do when we run outside?
That's right.
Right? You're just not going nowhere with the homie that you know that's a crash out. You ain't going anywhere with the homie that you know keep that thing in the car with no license.
That's right.
So why would you, if you won't put yourself in that position of hurt, harm, or danger, why are you going out with the bro that this is all he do?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I have no argument with that because I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%.
And he just goofy. Let's look at results of decisions. Look at his life based on the decisions he's made, right? A guy that can sit there and say, yeah, I bought $9 million worth of jewelry and I don't have one piece. I've made over $200 million, right? This is the results of your decision making. You think, right? Bro needs somebody to make content with. That's all.
That's no, that's a fact, bro. And like I said, the more that I sit and I think about like the ignorant shit that's being said, I'm convinced that people are just doing shit for clicks, for bait, for engagement. I'm sorry, that's the better choice for it, for engagement, because I don't. In no universe does some of the shit that is happening on the internet make sense at all. But whatever, we're not here for that. Before we cut out, man, because our conversations can last
This
hours.
is what we do.
You know what I mean? I asked all of my guests, what would you say to yourself? What would you say to someone younger than you? What would you say to someone our age? What would you say to someone older than us that might be navigating weird spaces right now?
To the young me, bro, it's all gonna work out in the end. To the old me, we enjoyed it all. And to me, keep going, bro. You got it.
The pep
And
talks.
to the people looking at me, just because I carry it well don't mean it's not heavy.
That's deep, bro. That's deep. And it's important. And the pep talks with yourself are just as important as some affirmations from other people, bro. And I don't think a lot of us understand that.
Here's the thing. From your first breath to your last breath and every mini death and mini rebirth you experience, you are with you. So how you speak to you and how you care for you is the most important thing. Be you and love you till being you no longer serves you in your greatest benefit.
I say again, bro, you are very raw. You are you are necessary.
I'm
I will say that,
everything that's right and wrong with a human being.
which is necessary because a lot of times we only see the good. A lot of times people only show us the good. They don't show us.
Nah, this shit fragile. This shit broken. This shit is pain, regret, stumble, bad parenting, bad relationships. I speak from a place of failure. You don't learn anything from winning. You only learn from losing. And I've lost a lot. I've lost a lot. There's a lot of skin in this game called life. So I'm not telling you something that somebody told me. I'm telling you something that I've experienced. I've been both the victim and the villain in a relationship. I've been the good parent and the absolute worst parent because at one point, I remember I only knew how to buy things. I didn't know how to create memories. I've been all of that, right? So we just got to learn how to live.
How do the people get in touch with you if
Big fella 119, man, Instagram. I love y'all, man. This is what we do.
bro, I appreciate you once again for taking the time to sit with me. Every time I sit with you, it's always an insightful time, bro. It's always an insightful time.
Yo, y'all gonna see us this summer. We're gonna do it in different places.
Oh
We just
yeah.
gonna pull up.
Oh yeah, we got
We gonna
something
pull
planned.
up all summer. Let's do it.
I ain't tell nobody about it
You gonna
yet.
catch us in front of the wing spot. Might be in front of the police station. We gonna do it. We got this beautiful church in behind us, man. We gonna get busy.
Yo, this has been another installment of YouTHNK podcast. I am your host, Mr. Hughes.
And I'm Big
joined
Fella.
by Ramin Popz Moore.
Big fella.
Big fella. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I say to you, like I say to you every time, don't do anything to anyone you wouldn't want done to you because they will do it to you and won't hesitate doing it to you. And with that, love, peace, and hair grease, bro.